Bum, 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 bum. Hey, y'all, I'm Nikki Says You Only Live Once, and welcome to another episode of MIA. So we have a special guest today. We'll be talking about the Caribbean Diaspora Leaders to Inspire Change Conference. Now, let's welcome our guest, Miss Judy McCutcheon. How you doing today?
Hi, Nikki. I'm doing fine, thanks.
I did pronounce your last name correctly, right?
McCutcheon.
Oh, McCutcheon. I was close.
You were so close, yes.
Yeah, so close. Well, nice to meet you, and let's get right
Nice to
into
meet
it.
you too.
So you've been in your industry for 20 plus years. You're a consultant and a trainer. So tell exactly what is it that you do and how did you get into that profession?
I've been a consultant for most of my working adult life. I worked with a US consulting firm, and then when I moved to Grenada, I started my own company. And I work with organizations to help them streamline their people and processes. So what I do is I look for gaps, whether it's in their processes or in their people, and help to streamline that for greater efficiency. And I also do leadership training and development.
Oh my, okay. So I'm like totally segueing right here. So are you now using AI to help you with that? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
I
do. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So we're talking about the conference. So tell us briefly about what the conference is.
Right. So the conference is called the Disruptive Leadership Conference. And the conference is designed to equip leaders with the tools and resources they need to navigate these uncertain times, this crazy business environment that we're living in. So it's designed in such a way where people can come, get the tools they need, but more than that, it's designed for connection.
Okay, meaning like networking.
Networking, yes, because I believe that this conference should offer something a lot more tangible. Yes, the learning is there, but something more tangible so people can come and network with other people, because you never know who you can meet, can help you to take your business to the next level, to take your career to the next level, and then you don't know who you can impact as well.
But no, that's definitely true. So it's called it's disruptive, right?
The Disruptive Leadership Conference. Yes.
So why the word disruptive, and what does it mean to you as far as leadership?
Yeah, right. So for me, disruptive means disrupting the status quo. Right. So from a leadership standpoint, we've had leadership that's command and control, top down. And that doesn't work it's not going to work, because we have all the different generations in the workplace, and each generation requires something different. So how can we really disrupt what is so that we can make it better for everybody? So it's not a negative. It really is a positive. Taking what doesn't work, mash it up, put it back together so that it works.
You got to shake it up. Like get out of that comfort zone, disrupt the box, shake it up a little bit, and then,
yep. Yeah.
No, that's so true. And so over the 20 plus years, is it flat? Do you see it's progressing?
It's progressing, not at the rate of the rest of the world, but we are making strides. I just want us to take bigger strides. I think that we lag behind too much, because let me tell you, and I don't make any apologies when I say this, we are really brilliant people. Caribbean people are brilliant people. We really are. And so it's important for us to embrace that brilliance and do something worthwhile and impactful with it.
No, of course. Yeah, we are brilliant people. And again, you focus on within the Caribbean and also the diaspora. And maybe in the United States, it's a melting pot of so many Caribbeans, and we contribute so much to the growth of these organizations in the United States. So imagine on a bigger scale within the actual diaspora. So again, we just need to get that push, and we need to progress further and keep abreast with the other organizations. And yes, the company got to start small, then expand and grow and grow and grow. And a lot of entrepreneurs, some of them, they have that entrepreneurial mindset to go out there and take that risk. And some of them, they may have it, but they kind of scale back because it gets a little too scary out there.
Entrepreneurship isn't easy, but if it's what you really want to do and it's your purpose, it really is worth it in the end, because you get to impact so many people, so many lives. You get to make so many people's lives better.
Yeah. Now, women in leadership, it's another key focus. What barriers still need to be broken, and how can Caribbean leaders push forward? Oh, I felt that.
You felt that, right? Well, in our region, we have some women in leadership, but we don't have enough women in senior leadership. And when people talk about women in leadership, they mainly talk about women who are in middle management. Loads of women are in middle management positions. But when we look at senior leaders, CEOs, presidents, that number dwindles, right? And it's a lot of things that we have to deal with as women. I'll give you an example. I was the general manager of a group of insurance companies, and I left and started my own business. One of the staff called me recently and she says, they've offered me the position you had, but I don't want it. And I'm like, why? She says, because I saw all the things you had to go through. And I said, but I came out good on the other end. So you can too. So women are afraid of really getting into leadership positions because of all the things that they face. They face a lot of backlash, not only from the men in the positions, but we face a lot of backlash from our own gender as well. But what I would really like to see is, somehow that we get past that. We really understand that there is no lack. There is enough for everybody. There's enough for all of us. So you get in a position doesn't mean that, you're taking something from me. Yeah. That's not true. It's not true at all. So I really want us as women to band together, really, really band together and support each other, because I think it's one of the things that we don't do. It's done well in some circles. It's done extremely well in some circles, but in other circles, it's not done well. And I would like to see us really have a Caribbean women's movement where we truly support and mentor each other. I'd really like to have something called like a women's circle, where we have women who have been or are in senior leadership positions, mentoring younger women who are aspiring to get in those positions or who have just gotten into those positions.
I think you just discovered a new problem. I think you found a solution to an issue. And there you go. Yeah. Well, Judy, so when is it? Tell us about the date and how can we find tickets and more details.
All right. So the date is March 12th to 14th. So the 12th is the VIP reception, but we have 2 days of conference, the 13th and the 14th, and it takes place at the Miami Airport Hotel and Conference Center. Sorry, I got
it's all the same thing.
Yeah. Awesome. So and people can get tickets at disruptiveleadershipconference.com. It's easy. So go on, everything is there. You register, you're in.
It's a 3-day conference.
Only it's really 2 full days of conference, which is the 13th and the 14th. The 12th is the opening, which is it's a cocktail for those who purchase VIP tickets and the speakers, but the VIP tickets are closed now. So what we have is we have the gold and the virtual. So we do have a virtual option, but I want the people from Florida to use the gold option and come into the room.
Yes, be there in person. It's in South Florida. You have no excuses to do virtual.
Yes, we want them in the room. And what we have done is we have given you $200 off the ticket to ensure that you get in the room. So the tickets were $9.95, they're now $7.95. Get in the room. And those 2 days, it includes breakfast, lunch, morning and afternoon break. So it includes everything.
Okay. And I want to mention too, so the conference, it's in March, and March is Women's History Month. And we were just talking about, women who are Caribbean and in a leadership role or looking to be in that role. So it's a great initiative to kind of piggyback on it being Women's History Month as well. So Judy, thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you. And it's really admirable what you're doing. I mean, you're helping other organizations grow and you're helping Caribbeans grow into a leadership role as well. So thanks for what you're doing. And hopefully we'll get to meet in person soon.
Yes, maybe in March. You never know.
You never know. Yes. Yes. You know what? I'll see you soon. Look more.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye. And y'all, so again, that was Judy. And again, make sure you purchase your tickets for the conference. And we have another guest coming up later on. I'll be talking to Carrie Hart and Jean Hypolite. We'll be talking about Crown. It's a musical going down at the Marshall L. Davis African Heritage Cultural Center in Miami. So we have a commercial break coming up. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The City of Miami Gardens presents JITG Music Fest. New edition. Tony Braxton. DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic Live. Starring Ja Rule, Fat Joe, and Remy Ma. Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. Beanie Man. Escape. Coco Jones. Kim. Also, a special set featuring Miss Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean, YG Marley, Busta Rhymes, Doechii, and many more. JITG Music Fest. March 8th and 9th at Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets at jazzinthegardens.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
Great seeing you all. We need to do this more often.
Will you be paying separately or together? Oh, you can put it together.
No, give me a second.
Hold up, I got this. I'll get the reward points.
Well, I have early pay, so this time it's on me.
My AI insights say that I have room in my budget, so I'll pay.
Well, I got all that and more with the One Love card from One United Bank.
Wait, the One Love card?
Yes, with the One Love Visa debit card, I got a full suite of digital services from the nation's largest Black-owned bank.
Well, how do I get one?
It's easy. Just go to oneunited.com.
Okay. Kristen's got the One Love card and the check.
When it comes to banking, One United Bank is where I want to be.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
And welcome back. So our second guest will be talking about Crowns, a stage play by Regina Taylor. It's taking place at the Marshall L. Davis Senior African Heritage Cultural Center in Miami. Let's welcome Miami native and trained actor, Jean Hypolite.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, welcome to Soul. So tell us briefly about your background.
My background briefly. Born, like you said, born and raised in Miami, in Little Haiti to be exact. I never thought of myself as being in this entertainment world. I always started off as playing sports in high school, middle school. But as I went off to college at Bethune-Cookman University, I found myself in the theater world where I was building sets at first. And then finally I transitioned onto stage, and then from there I had got my bachelor's, and then moved on to New York Film Academy in LA, which I got my film acting master's in LA as well. So, and then from there, I just, after 4 or 5 years of being in LA and doing some of the work, I thought about coming back home and bringing some of what I learned and some of the work that I've done in the business to home and build here. So that's how I'm
awesome.
here with you
So
guys.
from sports to the arts.
Exactly. Exactly.
Complete life 360. No, that's
Definitely.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never would have expected.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you were building sets at first, so that was kind of like your call. So the universe brought you on that day to build the sets, and then gradually that passion was pulled out from you being on set. So
Well, not technically, I was being brief, but I was forced on stage, so
okay,
and then
that
after
part.
I was forced, it was all she wrote, so I was forced on stage with A Raisin in the Sun, where I had to play Walter Lee Younger at first, and then from there on, it was just, that's where the passion came. I got, because I never expected to be the guy that would be in front of the camera or on stage or anything like that, performing for somebody. But yeah.
You fell in love with it. All
Yes,
right.
I did.
So now, Crowns by Regina Taylor. What is
Yes.
Crowns about?
Crowns it's a musical, like you said. It's a cultural experience. It's a celebration of history, faith, and the power of storytelling. A story of identity, healing, and community. It's a story that brings you back to your roots and your traditions and your culture, as far as with the hats and everything. So you go on this whole journey with Yolanda, which is the lead role, where she'll go from New York to Georgia, going from the fast city life and then moving it to the slower life in Georgia, where now in the country where she has to, everything is slowed down, everybody's going to church, and these women are helping her along through her struggles, because she moved from New York to Georgia because of a family member that got killed, and then because of gun violence. And then from there on, it spiraled. So her parents sent her down to be with her grandma, which is Mother Shaw in Georgia. So yes.
Wow, from New York to Georgia. So okay, when I think of when it comes to crown,
Right.
with the Black community, especially women, I think of like our hair. So is it symbolic, or is it too much for me asking? But
No, that's perfect. No, that's perfect. No.
Okay. So is it symbolic of like our actual natural coils, or is it like a hat, that the church hat that they wear? Like, what kind of crown does it symbolize?
There you
Okay,
go.
the
It's
church
that
hat.
it's a story about being in the church, and the hats, that the different type of hats that the women wear in church or whatnot. So it's basically about crowning on top of your hair. Other than your hair, what do you dress that with? What symbolizes you at the end of the day? And you'll see some of you guys will see that when you come see the show. Every character, as far as their hat, tells a different story.
Oh wow, I could just imagine those crowns, especially at the church. Woo! All right, especially in Georgia. I could
Right.
just imagine the different shapes and colors and sizes. Okay.
Yes, you get all that during the show.
All of that.
Yes.
So what is your role in the show?
For me, I'm just the producer. I'm the one that's organizing everything, getting people together, finding the director, letting the set designer, costume designer. So it's just making sure everything is put together, and being the middleman to everybody, and making sure we have a smooth show, and we can, before we have a smooth show, that we have a show. So that's my main priority, is making sure that we have a show, and that anything that my director needs, which is Carrie Hart, that she gets. So yeah.
So what drew you to work with Crowns to begin with?
I seen Crowns when I was at the Film Company University. I want to say this was back in 2010, 2011. I seen it at a theater competition at Savannah State. And from there, I was wild, but I was always wild because I'm not a musical type of person. Although I am an actor, musicals are just not my thing. And I think that's just because I can't sing. So, I can dance, I can act, but I cannot sing for the life of me.
Raisin in the Sun? You got to sing in A Raisin in the Sun now.
Not A Raisin, not Walter Lee Younger.
Okay. That was a musical, I think. No.
No. It's a regular play.
Just straight acted. Okay.
Yeah, straight
all right.
acting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from there, and I wanted to do a musical. So I was thinking about a way to celebrate our women for Women's Month, and boom, Crowns popped up, and I was like, what a way we can bring this here. We tried to push it prior to, but this go around, we was like, we got a way to get a better, not even a better catch, to get everything intact as far as what we're trying to do and have the women that we needed to symbolize everything that we're trying to say to celebrate women for Women's History Month. So that was one of the main things as far as having an all women's cast. And we also have it's an all women's cast with just one man. Our drummer is a woman, our costume designer is a woman, our stage manager is a woman, our director is a woman. So I tried to do my best to get all women on board with this so we can celebrate our women for Women's Month. So
that is awesome. Well, Jean, we're going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The City of Miami Gardens presents JITG Music Fest. New edition. Tony Braxton, DJ Cassidy's Pass the Mic Live. Starring Ja Rule, Fat Joe, and Remy Ma. Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. Beanie Man, Escape, Coco Jones, Kim. Also, a special set featuring Miss Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean, YG Marley, Busta Rhymes, Doechii, and many more. JITG Music Fest, March 8th and 9th at Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets at jazzinthegardens.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
Great seeing you all. We need to do this more often.
Will you be paying separately or together? Oh, you can put it together.
No, give me a second.
Hold up, I got this. I'll get the reward points.
Well, I have early pay, so this time it's on me.
My AI insights say that I have room in my budget, so I'll pay.
Well, I got all that and more with the One Love card from One United Bank.
Wait, the One Love card?
Yes, with the One Love Visa debit card, I got a full suite of digital services from the nation's largest Black-owned bank.
Well, how do I get one?
It's easy. Just go to oneunited.com.
Okay. Kristen's got the One Love card and the check.
When it comes to banking, One United Bank is where I want to be.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
And welcome back, Jean. So what is there like a particular moment in the play that resonates with you on a personal level?
I would say the opening scene when you have Yolande just there by herself trying to figure out what's next, what's life, and that's how we open up the show with just Yolande and her trying to figure out what's next with her song. So that resonates with me because I'm always thinking about like what's next, what's the next part of life, and in that moment you can see how she's vulnerable and she doesn't know where she's going, what's going to happen next. So that resonates with me because, in life, we're always like that, thinking about what's the next move, what's the next thing, especially after you accomplish certain goals or when you're lost and you don't know what's what. It's always what's next. And that moment in that scene, it gave you that feel of what's next and not knowing, but just going along with the stride and hoping that everything will be okay. So that's one of the most parts. Yeah.
So does it focus like on the gospel?
Oh, definitely. It's all gospel. It start off with the streets because she's going from New York, she's from the inner city, and from there you just get straight gospel.
Okay, so from the streets, what I'm saying, to the whole streets music. Now she in Georgia.
Exactly.
She became a peach. She turned into from the apple to a peach.
yes, where everything slows down over there. So it's a different lifestyle for her. So yes.
Yeah. So what's the takeaway message that you want the audience to remember?
I want them to remember, first and foremost, our women. They're crowns. And also, I want the women to get that, you know, you are crowned every day. You are special. You are queens. And I want the crowd to leave feeling like they've got a message. They understand the traditions and the story behind these hats and why these women decide to wear the type of hats that they do wear. So that's the main goal. And I hope everybody leave uplifted at the end.
Yeah, you know, I just saw an image of like an image with them wearing the actual church hats. Do you want to shout out the hat costume designer?
Yes, the hat costume designer is Keisha Morrison. Keisha Morrison, please keep a lookout for her. She's great. It's my first time working with her, but it definitely won't be the last.
Oh yeah, it's definitely bold. It's definitely a statement piece. Definitely.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So when is it, and where can we find more details about tickets, the location, all that good stuff?
We open up March 6th. March 6th. We run all the way up until March 23rd. The first week, March 6th, we run from Thursday through Sunday, and every week after, Friday through Sunday.
Right.
Also, for more information, you can reach out at African Heritage Cultural Arts Center.org to get more information, or you can pull up Crowns on Eventbrite to get more information, or you can call us here at the Marshall L. Davis African Heritage Cultural Arts Center, where you can purchase your tickets and get all the information you need.
Awesome. Well, just in time for Women's History Month. Well, I have to pull up because after seeing those hats, because I love bold fashion statement pieces, and them church hats, it got my attention.
Listen,
along with the message as well, but them hats was yeah. Keisha did her thing with them hats.
Yes, she did. But also keep a lookout for our cast. The women and the one man that's in this show, they are singing. Not singing, but singing. I'm talking about they will blow the roof off the doors. So
Vocals. Carrie did her thing with the directing, huh? All right. Well, John, thank you so much. Looking forward to it. It's a pleasure meeting you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. For the
Likewise.
opening.
Thank you for having me. You guys have a good one. Bless.
All right, you too.
All right.
And y'all, thank you so much again for tuning in. A big shout out to our previous guest, Judy. Again, she spoke about the Disruptive Conference going down literally in March. And also to our second guest, Jean Hippolyte. We spoke about Crowns, which will be premiering as well in March. And also my co-host, I miss y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all can show up pretty soon with a couple of segments. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll catch you on another episode of MIA. So...
We are